Hello friends, hope you all are doing good. This is the first video of Azure Function App series and I'm assuming you have little bit idea about Azure, which is very popular nowadays. In this session I'm going to provide overview of Azure Functions, also known as Function App. Now what is Azure Functions? You can see here first point, which is Azure Functions is a solution for easily running small piece of code. Just focus on a small piece of code. This is the definition which Azure introduced in beginning. Uh, I can say now it's not only a small piece of code, but you can run even complex piece of code also. Okay, and you can write just the code you need for the problem at hand without worrying about a whole application or the infrastructure to run it. This is the beauty of Azure platform. Let's say you have a email sending code. What you want to do, you just want to use that code for sending email, and you know that code is fine, it's running fine perfectly. Just to run this code in normal, or I should say in on-premise environment, you need a lot of things. For example, you need to set up a SMTP server or email server, and you need to maintain a lot of hardware. But using Azure Function, you should not be worried about it. You can completely forget about infrastructure. You can just copy the code and paste it in Azure Function environment. Everything will be taken care by Azure Function. Isn't it the beauty of it? Right. The second point is complete. Now just focus on third point, which is functions can make development even more productive, and you can use your development language of choice. So in today's world, we cannot be restricted with one language, for example, C Sharp or F Sharp. We have various languages. People are using C Sharp, some people are using F Sharp, Node.js, Java, or PHP. So using Azure Function, you can use any of these languages, and they are going to introduce a lot of new languages also. Fourth point, you can see pay only for the time your code runs and trust Azure to scale as needed. Here they are talking about the hosting plan, which we will discuss in next video. Why should I pay? I mean, a common question people may have, why should I pay for idle server, right? So if you, I have given you one example. If you want to send email and you have code, you need a lot of stuff for that. But why should you pay for that? You should not pay for your infrastructure when you are not using it. This is the beauty of Azure Functions. Again, I'll say you have to pay only when your code is running. And let's say you have heavy load, then you must be worried about how Azure Function is going to handle that. Azure Function has scaling mechanism here. You can see here scale keyword, right? So Azure Function will automatically scale your infrastructure. It will add new instances, it will add new VM when you have high load, and when you have low load, it will reduce the instances or VM also. So you can see you are paying only when your code is running. You are not paying unnecessary. Okay, this is also known as serverless and dynamic plan, okay, which we will discuss in upcoming video. Now let me just remove this. You can see the fifth point is Azure Function lets you develop serverless application on Microsoft Azure. This point we already covered. You should not be worried about infrastructure. No server. You will not pay for the server which you are going to use. You will pay only when your code is running. So forget about anything. If you have a small piece of code which you want to run, you can simply opt for Azure Function. Okay, I hope I was able to brief you about Azure Function overview. In few other, you will get to know more about Azure Function. Thank you, everyone. Please let me know if you have any question. Thank you.